guessing the movie for the winds, how the devil is everyone. Let's spend an hour having fun. Bless you all for joining me, watching my work create debris, clean it all up. I surely could. With my wife nearby, I probably should. The world of Wayne is streaming live, models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get cracked. week so you don't have to. The little world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. I've got two dachshunds who love to bark and a resin cube around a shark. Hello, Christian from Grantham. I hope you love my new anthem. The world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic.
So tonight, I thought I'd sit here like a certain captain in a certain Star Trek Academy show. It really ticks Mrs. Welder Wayne that I can actually curl myself up in a ball on a chair. I find it comfortable. You'll be pleased to know that you see these things popping up here. Before they weren't giving sound, it's because I didn't have my desktop audio on, and obviously tonight I put my desktop audio on, and now it's just broken. It just keeps pinging all the time. So we'll have to bear with that for a minute. But that's thanks to Steve Powell here. He's gifted Sherry Dunbar a membership, and then Ian, close on by here, he gifted Keith Belavia, Kits Sakal, Kick Sakale Legendary, The Pink Machine, Sticks84, and Rob76 a membership. Thank you so much for that, Ian. And good evening. Now, I know some of you Americans can't make it tonight. I know Lou can't make it tonight because you've all changed your clocks before we do. Now, we change our clocks at the very last Sunday of the month, which I think is the 29th of March. So for a few weeks, a couple of weeks now, because we're halfway through the month, we are going to be on a different time zone. So we are actually just, the east coast of America is 4 hours behind us at the moment, just to let you know that, rather than 5. It's normally 5 hours. So there you go. Um, oh my God. Everyone's like, good afternoon from Canada. I get it. We're going to get this all the time now. Let everyone, I might, and Matthias. Oh, it's one of these nights tonight, isn't it? Lucky I've got my rum tonight. This is the dark caramel rum. This is the one that Jim Strover got me. Oh, ugh. I'm addicted to it. Lou, if you're watching this on demand, we've got that next week. And just so you know, Lou is here next week. So there is a live stream next Thursday. And I'm going to be joined by the Aztec Dummy. So both of us will probably be a little bit, two sheets to the wind. But we will be doing a stream on the Thursday as usual. So Lou will be joining me in the retro room, which is good because his bedroom's right across there. We've got a room there which we're going to call Lou's room now. That's Lou's room, so that's where he's going to be. Matthias, yes, thank you, Matthias. Kirby915, Bunny JP Studios, Devastator Omega, my Mux, and Devon Avery. Have you just been gifted a membership by Matthias? So thank you so much for that, Matthias. That's very appreciated. Today I've been at the Birmingham NEC. I went to the Creative Craft Show. Now I thought it was going to be a little bit more like what we see at Christmas, but it wasn't. It was more to do with fabrics, sewing, embroidery, that sort of thing. So I let Mrs. Welderwayne do what she was doing, and I decided I was going to sit in Weatherspoons and have a nice English breakfast. And God knows how many cappuccinos I had. I had a lot. But I'm not just there today because I was there today. I'm there on Sunday as well for a completely different show, but you'll find out about that nearer the time. I did say last week that I had visited London, but I couldn't tell you why. I can tell you why now, because if I go over to my monitor here, stand by, check this out. This is not that one. Stand by, hang on. Boom. There we go. This is the Agora Models website, and as you can see, the Cutty Sark is going to be released ever so shortly. It's coming out March 2026. The 175 scale, 175th scale, looking just like that. Another wooden ship. Now, the reason I want to show you this, look at that, is that I just love the detail for it. Look at that. Now, I like to see John Builds Iconic Religion Models doing this because the work he's doing on the USS Constitution is absolutely amazing at the moment. But I thought I want to do a little bit of history finding in the Cutty Sark. So I was like online learning about, the ship and that it wasn't, do you know some of the facts here? It wasn't just a ship that carried tea or when the Suez Canals opened, it carried wool. It wasn't just that. It was a racing ship as well because the quicker that a ship can get from here to Australia, commanded higher prices. So ships used to race, which is quite cool. And there were some quite famous races with the Cutty Sark. In fact, I also learnt that the Cutty Sark's called that because I think it's Gaelic Cutty Sark for a nightdress which has been cut down. And the nightdress is what the actual figurehead is wearing, which is a witch, believe it or not, called Nanny. She's holding sort of like a horse's tail in her hand. But this is what I got up to. And this is awesome ship. And today I get to have a look on board. So come and join me. So that was just a little sneak preview, but you are going to see a video of that shortly. But that's all I'm going to say about that at the moment. But it was an amazing day, and you saw the skies there, how blue it was, and it's hard to believe that I believe in 2006 the thing burned down. A lot of it burned down, and the ship could have been completely gone. To the standard they've got it to now is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And I was impressed. It was something that I didn't expect. And you know what? I've been to the Cutty Sark or been past it when I've been to Greenwich loads of times, but I've never actually been on it. I had a field day, absolute field day. Um, okay, a couple of other things. First off, I hope you enjoyed the movie quiz tonight. Matthias, I believe you got it first. It was Temple of Doom. And Benjamin, I cannot believe that's near you at the moment. I absolutely love Temple of Doom. There are reasons. There are reasons that I do certain films for the film quiz sometimes, just so you know. So just keep that in your mind there. There are reasons. Don't worry. There's no Temple of Doom models coming out or anything like that. Um, Stand by. Oh, I don't know what about the pausing was about, Steve, as well, because I haven't dropped any frames. I'm still on lightning quick collection according to this, so I don't know what that's all about. I've got a couple of thanks to give. First of all, Mr. Blue Sky, I'm glad you got your winning prize for March. That's excellent. Steve and Sheldon, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort you out a voucher. And I'm going to be emailing you a voucher. This is for the Christmas quiz, believe it or not. Their package, you put the tracking code in, and it just doesn't come back with anything. So I can't even track it with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a voucher, and if you do get what I've sent you, that's just a bonus. But I've got a funny feeling that's going to be sent back to me. I don't know where it is. I can't even tell you where it is. So, and what annoys me more is one of you peeps are in Canada, and one of you peeps are in Texas. So it's not like it's two different countries. So I don't know, but I did post them at the same time, so don't know. But I'm gonna email you. I've got your details, so that's all cool. But yes, Richard, I'm glad you got yours, which is cool. Let me shut that down there. I've got another thank you to John Hay, who sent me another Gundam model, which oh, I've lost my asset. I've lost my Gundam Gaxai. I've lost my Gundam Gaxai asset. Oh, but thank you so much for that. And Jonathan Haynes, he sent me the very first stage of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Spearhead. This is pack 1. And look at all the bits in there. So for $2.99 for a Games Workshop thing, that can't be sniffed at. I don't know what the regular price is. I'm guessing $10.99. Usual price is $9.99 from issue 3. There we go. Issue 2 is going to be $6.99. And basically, we're going to be collecting all 12 Spearhead armies looking just like that, which means a hell of a lot of painting to go on there. Now, the good thing about this is it not only gives you the figures, it's going to give you the paints, some really fine sitted down paintbrushes as well and stuff like that. So I think I might be collecting this. But I don't know how I can film it because Games Workshop can be very, very funny about their property rights. So I'm guessing, I don't know, it's a Hachette Partworks release. So I don't know. I'm going to look at the legalities of building it. I can probably build it because it's transformative. But for this sort of thing, you've got to be really careful about what you're actually doing. I think if it's painting, it's fine. I'm not actually selling anything. So I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird. If you go to visit Games Workshop in Nottingham, you'll realise that they've got some really funky rules on there. As a matter of fact, they've got some really funky rules on the Cutty Sark as well. You can't film. You can film for personal use, but you can't film for commercial use. So the filming that I did on it was very covert. It was weird. But museums are getting like that. Everyone wants a quick buck, you know. But this is for my own content. And I did get asked, and I just said I'm building the model, and I'd like to get the paint schemes right, so that's why I'm filming it and just making notes. That was my excuse. So there you go. I don't know. Getting off to an early start, yeah, no, definitely. So on Sunday, I started the members stream, and we were building. What were we building? Something different. The Titanic. We were doing the Titanic, believe it or not. We did stage 136 of the Titanic. But I started the stream and then instantly stopped it again. And with an unlisted stream, you're screwed. You have to create another one. So I was hoping I weren't going to do that again tonight, but I didn't. We were all good, and we are streaming now. So which is cool. And I said we haven't dropped any frames. Is that it? Is that it? I think just checking down the list. Yeah, we're good. There's not really much news out there. I was looking around to see what Japan has got at the moment, Japan and China, if there's any new models there. Nothing that I could see. There's nothing new.
At Iron's World Off Models super chatted $6.68.
See, he's talking now, and that just stops me in my tracks.
Yorker build really interesting seeing what everyone's doing with the weathering.
I fully agree with you about the weathering. It's great seeing everyone weather their orcas because I think because it's a ship that needs to be weathering, and it's one of these ships that are beat up, so you can't really go too far wrong with the weathering. I think it's great that everyone is just going out of their comfort zone and just wrecking the thing to make it look really good. And talking about wrecking the thing, did you see the Agora Models post about Mike Lane is going to be making smashed up or something versions of the Citroen 2CV? That looks amazing. And talking about Agora Models, remember on the 15th, which isn't too far away, 3 days, you've got 3 more days to enter their Agora Model diorama idea to get that to them. It's all on their website. And you can, have I got the, no, have I got, no, I've lost the asset for that. Why have I lost assets? I think my Google Drive might be down or something at the moment. But that's only got 3 more days, and then I think they're going to pick 3 people that they're going to send the models to create the diorama, which is going to be pretty cool. So there you go. There you go. Needless to say, the NEC was quite fun for me today, and Mrs. Wilder Wayne came back with stuff. So, but she needed to get out, bless her. Runaway beeper. Yeah, that beeping just kept going on. I don't know what's causing that. Hello, Wayne from sunny and hot California. You know what? We've got Kevin and Mary in Mexico. You're in California telling me about the sun. At the moment, no lie, it's blowing a gale out there. Thank God I had my fence fixed. My fence is finally fixed. So anyone who's visited the workshop knows that they have to duck under these like washing line things with lights on because it's got two reasons I've got these washing line things. One is to have nice pretty lights in the summer, but the second one is to hold the fence up because the fence was falling down. I've now got concrete posts, so the fence is perfect. It's not going anywhere. So I don't have to worry about bracing the fence. But it is really windy out there, and just before the stream started it was hammering it down a rain as well, so I don't want to go out there. It's nice to be nice and warm with a nice rum. That's the way of it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to top up my rum because every time I do these shifts, oh, that's not good. Yeah, I should have done that. Every time I do these Thursday night lives, I never drink my rum and I end up downing it afterwards and I go to bed spinning because that one rum is all I've had all week. And I'm such a lightweight. I am such a lightweight. With that much rum can get me. Well, we'll find out next week because, as I said, Lou is here on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're heading off to Bicester. Why are we going to Bicester? Well, once again, and that's going to be this next Friday. Next Friday, we're going to be there, and the actual show's on the Saturday. So you'll get to meet me. Phil Spruverse is going to be there. Ludo Meso, the Aztec Dummy, is going to be there. We've got Richard Ashton, who did The Liberator. There's just loads of people there. Wayne Minnie. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Keith from Cosmic Scale Models is going to be there. Go and head to Bicester. You don't have to. I mean, get your tickets now if you wanted to, but you can pay on the door as well. Gonna be fun. Where am I? Still, look, I'm right. I'm still right at the beginning of chat at the moment. It's one of those nights tonight, isn't it? I don't know what the stream buffering about was, because I said, I've dropped 170 frames apparently. There we go. So that can't be on my end. I'm on a wired connection now, so I don't know. Our rainy season is getting ready to start here in Tampa Bay. Also, Stephen McCamey. I've just been looking at all the NFL news at the moment. What? I know it's not Tampa. It's Miami. But what's going on with Miami? They've just lost their quarterback. They've lost their wide receiver. Oh, crazy state of affairs for them. Let's see how easy. Yeah. It's the thing is, see, I'm a man of routine, Steve. So when routine goes out. Like, remember that time Ian says where all those like emojis were jumping up and I just couldn't stop it? Oh god, that was full on panic mode. That was instant sweat saying, how do I fix this? So at least with that one, I just turned the volume down. I could still hear a ping, but you couldn't. But the ping stopped. So... do you know, to this day, everyone's saying Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is my favourite Indiana Jones film. It's a lot of people's worse. And I don't think Steven Spielberg liked it either. He thought it was too dark. But it was my favourite one. Easily my favourite one. And then probably Last Crusade, then Raiders, and then the others. But I really like Temple of Doom. I don't know if it's because the era it was brought out and I was at that impressionable age. But I loved it. As a matter of fact, after that film, I remember having so much merchandise. I had posters. I even had a watch. I had an Indiana Jones digital watch. And that must have been, I don't know, 84? Did that come out in 84? It was early 80s, wasn't it? Absolutely loved it. Evening, Wayne. I take it all good with the RB19 delivery. I haven't had a delivery, David. You've worried me now. Yeah, have they said it's been delivered? I haven't had a delivery. That's worried me, David. Mrs. Wilder Wayne, we haven't had a delivery today, have we? I'm just trying to think. No, the only thing we had today was this from Jonathan Haynes. I've had no delivery today. You've panicked me, David. I haven't had it. The only thing I've had delivered, I've had the Ferrari 330, which I'm going to be building on Sunday's member stream. I had the Marvel museum collection, and I had the Ferrari collection of the cars. That's it. That's all I've had. You know what? We're going to have to be checking the garden now, David. If it's saying to you it's been delivered, then don't know. Yeah, that plane is 60 miles. I'd love to see that plane. Do you remember Dan Aykroyd was actually in that scene? Dan Aykroyd was in that scene. If you haven't seen Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom for a long time, that's Dan Aykroyd, the guy who's welcoming him outside the plane. Wasn't it this, some gremlins that caused a PG-13 rating? I don't know, Matthias. All I know is that Jaws in its time got a PG rating, and look how violent that is. You've got a guy being bitten in half. You've got a skull with no eye. You've got a kid being like mauled on a lilo. And that only got PG. Even arachnophobia, that got PG. That scared the living bejeebers out of me. I'm not with spiders at all. Oh, Dan missed it again. You were 5 seconds out. Oh, bless. Look, we are really, really back. We're really behind already. It's rather windy here today. Yes, it's definitely very windy here today. A favourite indie movie? Yeah, it's my favourite. I thought I was the only one. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Sorry, mate. I didn't see you there.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
Yeah, you see, I can continue now. I knew there was something missing. Hi, Jamesy boy. How's Scotland at the moment? I'm missing it already. You know, it's only been 3 months. No, yeah, two and a half months since I was last in Scotland. I'm missing the place already. Me and Mrs. World Away have resigned ourselves to the fact, you know, that when we retire, we're moving to Scotland. It's just our heaven. We love the place. Absolutely love the place. Although Glasgow's having a bit of a hard time of it at the moment. Watching that building fire. I remember that building. I've drove through Glasgow many a time on the way to Mulgai. Her with the feet in the captain's chair triggers me. Yeah, I know. She just sits like this. But this is how I normally sit. This is what gets me. I'm on the sofa sitting like this with my feet like curled up. Hi, what is going on with Nathan Fillion visiting Firefly actors? I haven't seen that, but funny you should mention that. I watched a video before the stream started. Someone called the Collector 77 had a really large scale Serenity, I've seen a large scale Serenity because Cosmic Scale Models had one back when I first met Keith in Telford. God, 2021, 2022. He had a ginormous one, but this one looks like something that's actually out. I don't think it was as big as Keith's, but it looks pretty good. Could I find it before the stream? No. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. I've reached the age where I can't tell if I sustained an injury. That's how I am now. Yeah, I make that assumption every morning when I get up with a new thing that I can't walk. I have to do a whole regime about getting my body in motion now to actually get it working. You know what Sheldon does in The Big Bang Theory, where he's like, you know, voice test, hi, voice test, low, checking arms and all that. That's me every morning now. You're retired. You don't do time anymore. You know what? The thing is, it's true what they say. The older you get, the quicker time goes. It's absolutely crazy how quick time's gone. And I'm looking at my calendar, what I got up to in March last year. You know, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm looking at the dates. I'm just looking at it now, thinking that just seems like yesterday to me. But I had things like I had a new exhaust on my car. That seems like yesterday. What else was going on? Oh, by the way, it's Lou Dalmaso's birthday on the 26th of March. Hang on, they say. Oh God, Mrs. World Away, can you there might be a parcel outside for us. Can you have a look at the back? They must have thrown it over, David, because we were out today, but I locked the gate. So I locked the gate, so they must have thrown it over. But I didn't remember seeing anything. It might be behind the workshop, Mrs. World Away. I don't know if you're in here. I will check that and I'll get back to you, David, okay? It's gonna be wet. It's gonna be wet. Okay, we'll see. If you want a job in the moisturising industry, the best advice I can give is to apply daily. Car crash live stream next week. Yeah, Sunday's going to be a car crash live stream. I'm building the Ferrari. Although I am secretly hoping that Ferrari's got the seats and we're starting to do the interior. Because we've done so much brake work, suspension work, engine work, and all of that, which has been so fiddly. I just want something easy. The Dalmaso suite. Yeah, perhaps I should get that put on the door. I'll 3D print something and get it put on the door for him. Oh, bless. Seems weird watching you at 3 in the afternoon. Yeah, I can believe it. Big time. I can believe it. Hi, Todd. How's it going? You know what? I just caught your Orca stream and I arrived just at the end as you're all saying goodbye. But I had seen the video before, which is pretty cool. And you're right, I had put that O in for the Orca, the back to front. The good thing is I don't normally put too much glue in, so I could just poke the O out and turn it around. So I didn't have an issue at all. Will's Workshop, I think you might have put your O in back to front as well, just so you know. I watched your video earlier and I thought that O's sitting slightly lower. I think you might have put it in the wrong way around. There's not really any guide to tell you which way round to put it in. But isn't it good that a lot of people just only received their pack 1 and now they're starting to receive their pack 2? I don't know when you're going to get pack 2 in America. I'm guessing that's going to be on the way shortly as well. But we'll have to see. I think that's brilliant though. Absolutely brilliant. We did a build this week. We got the Black Pearl Lego icon set. It's very nice. Oh, I bet it is. Only about £100 was very reserved. You recently got 2 sea views from bottom of the sea. Is that the one that Phil's been building on his channel? Spruverse. He's actually just finished it now. So if you haven't seen the Spruverse channel, it's looking pretty cool. Liquor ship. It is fun. The reason I like the Cutty Sark is when you go around it, there's a load of interactive things, and oh god, I love playing. I love playing with things. So if there's things for me to touch or to play with, I'm in my element. So yeah, I had a field day there. I'm just down the road from the NEC, but I was at work. Well, I'm back there Sunday, I believe, Jeff. I'm back there for the photography and video show. That's what I'm there for. But yes, I'm the NEC on Sunday. I could be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I think it's a 4-day show. It starts on Saturday, but I think I've made up my mind I'm going to go on the Sunday because the Saturday is just going to be rammed, absolutely rammed. So I just want it a bit more quieter. This Cutty Sark was super fast. It was super fast. I heard a story about that they were racing another ship, and their rudder broke or fell off, and they had to fabricate a new rudder while they were sailing, and they managed to achieve it. And even though they came second in this like race they were having the other ship, they still made good time getting back to England. Pretty crazy. But it's such a shame when the Suez Canal opened up, it just killed the trade for the Cutty Sark, which is why it started ferrying wool rather than tea. The audio of that clip, yeah, that's just me. What about Cutty Sark the whiskey? Yes, and that is from Robert Bird's Tam O'Shanter. It certainly is. And the famous line, "Well done, Cutty Sark." And in an instant, it was dark. I've not tried Cutty Sark whiskey. Bill and Denny's of Dumbarton. Bro, I've been learning all sorts of things about the Cutty Sark, so pretty cool. I mean, I love that sort of history. It's brilliant. I've taken on my friend's retirement build of the Spitfire, but when I got home, I found the issue 4 is missing, and that's a bit of a long shot. But has anyone got one in the community? It will be a long shot. I don't know who's actually doing the Spitfire. As a matter of fact, Jeff, you might have more luck with Australia. I think Australia have been getting the Spitfire. So if there's any Aussies out there, and I'll be honest with you, they don't normally watch my stream at the moment because it's the middle of the night, but they do catch the on-demand in the morning. They might be able to help you out. You even found the froggy. Yeah, we put a frog in there as well. It was during the refurbishment the Cutty Sark caught fire. The masts and a lot of timbers were not on the ship when it caught fire, so they were able to save a lot. Well, they did, but you know what, David? They've got pictures inside the Cutty Sark showing the damage. So they've got a big cafe right underneath the dry dock, so you can actually look up and you're sitting underneath all that copper plating and stuff. And they've got pictures of what it would look like, and it's amazing the work they've done on it. My Orca only ended up 50 miles away in Truro, but got it today, up on the channel tomorrow. Don't start Spearhead. You'll be in the poorhouse after 3 purchases. I know what Games Workshop's like. Big time. You're late tonight. No, you're early, Craig. You changed your time. If you're in Arizona, not a problem because they don't change their time. Yep, detailing the Orcas, brilliant. So Ian Welder Models, thank you so much. As I said, I think it's great looking at people's weathering. If you have been weathering your Orca, please post it up on the Agora Models unofficial group. There's 2 Jaws groups at the moment, I think, for the Orca. They're absolutely brilliant. Oh, that person that keeps scissors, cut it out. The Millennium Falcon 100 stages, Steve. 100. Oh, there we go. Darren just answered you. Enjoyed the weathering part of the Orca video, Wayne. Yeah, you know what? There was a bit on that video which I thought was included, but it wasn't. And it turns out I didn't film it. And that's basically the streaks that are going down from the letter. All that was a red wash. And I'm talking really watered down. I like the white that I put on. And I just got a brush and just dragged it down. That was it. Let it dry, and that's how it came out. If I could change anything, I would probably put that red wash on the letters as well. Actually, I'd make it probably more of an orange wash just over the letters because I think they're a little bit too brownish yellow at the moment. Rust has got that like reddish tinge or orangey tinge, so I would put an orange wash over. I could still do that now. Got a hole in your interweb pocket and keep losing assets. Yeah. If the stuff fits in the Duke, it ain't a problem. That's going to be the problem. I've got to put as much as I can in that Duke to get to Bicester. Plus, I don't know how many cases Lou's bringing. I'm guessing 2. I could be wrong. It's stormy in the north too. Wow. So like poor old Chris Hurst down in Cornwall's getting it. Will's getting it in Plymouth. Liam's getting it up in Northern Ireland. Ugh. But we are going to be doing a stream, by the way. So on Tuesday, let me just now have I still got this? Yeah. So the Facebook attendees group, this one here. We're going to be doing a live stream on Tuesday. What time's that at, Liam? Is that 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock? You're going to send me the link anyway, and I'm sure you'll put it up on the site just for the attendees to have a chat and talk about things. I'll be on that stream as well, so that should be fun. That's this Tuesday. But Liam, feel free to let people know the time, and then I'll share it on social media near at a time, which is pretty cool. It starts at 60 degrees in the morning. That's 30 degrees and snowing. Oh my god! Well, we were supposed to have snow. What day is it today? Thursday. We were supposed to have snow this week. We didn't have anything. It has been cold today, though, big time. I have an idea in Ian. If they select me again, it'll be amazing. The concrete posts are going nowhere. The fence panels, however, have left the chat. Yeah. Ed and I will see you there. Oh, it's going to be a fun day. I mean, I'm there all weekend, but I know it's only a 1-day show. But the other thing is, Ian, that I'm going to be talking to everyone. What I want to do this time, when I'm at Telford and stuff, I want to interview more people. I want to find out more about their models. I think one of my friends, Adam's going. He sort of fabricates model. He was the guy, if you remember, at Small Space Show, who created that like his own version of the time machine, which was really good. I'd like to interview him about his mindset with that and stuff. I have spoken to him before, but I'd like it on camera just to hear. It's just inspiring to see how people go through different ways of doing things. Absolutely brilliant. We know it's blowing a gale. Luckily, we're tied up to some proper stone bollards and the mooring pins won't be pulled out. Yeah, and in the morning, you'll find yourself like 5 miles from where you were. The neighbours are having a competition to see who can hang out their washing the fastest. So far, it's level pegging. Yeah, they're a little nutty over here in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, we got drafts next month, isn't it? April, which should be interesting. But I'm interested. Plus, I watched the F1 on Sunday. That was interesting. I don't know if I like that at the moment. See, I think the whole idea of Formula One was race as fast as you possibly can. It's got to be the fastest person with the nerves of steel and stuff like that. To turn it into more of a here we go again. Tragedy, to make it a strategy of it, where they're having to manage between braking and charging batteries and all of that. I don't know. I think it's taking the enjoyment out of it. But I can probably see why they've done it, because it was always every week the same person winning a race. So who knows? Hi, Wayne. Talking of ships, any news on the USS Constitution show? Has it come the same way as Victory? No. I was meant to get on it, but you know what, Chris? At the moment, I've been really busy. And the problem is, when you do the Constitution, it takes a lot of time to do certain bits. And when you condense that down into an edited video, it's like 2 minutes long, because you've done all of like the rib frames, or you've done all of these in the middle. But you see, again, sorry, I'm singing your praise, John Builds Iconic Military Models. He's got the right idea, because he makes shorts. He makes shorts on social media of showing just little bits going in, which basically it condenses what I would make in 10 minutes down into like 30 seconds. And it's captivating to watch. Absolutely captivating. And once again, John, thank you. John sent me some clamps for the planks and stuff. I got them. Absolutely brilliant. Really appreciate that. Hi, Anthony. How's it going? Hope to get to say hello to you, Phil and Lou at Bicester. We're all going to be there, as well as Ian and anyone else cut about. I'm going to be there from 9:30, but won't be there beyond 3. Have to go to Northampton. Oh, bless. Yeah, we'll all be there. So, yeah, come and say hi. You bought a model space. Well, you see, Robert, I don't know if you've been looking at my computer today. I've been wondering why we don't see that Thunderbird 2 anymore. We don't see it anywhere. It's not any. This is the whole reason I was looking at the Japanese site. Now, I believe Model Space was the people that bought out Thunderbird 2 from the D'Agostini Japan. Now, D'Agostini Japan also did the Tracy Island, but I cannot believe that hasn't been re-released. I think that would do really well now, because I think when that first came out, people were just getting their feet about, what were part works or, large scale models all about. I also believe when I built that Thunderbird 2, that was before the pandemic. And when the pandemic came in, a lot of new customers and a lot of people had interest in these sort of models. So I think it would do well, but I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. It's not. You can't get it for love nor money now. Last Crusade and Raiders are joint favourites of mine. Not keen on Temple of Doom. I love Temple of Doom. Although it's got to be uncut, you know. You've got to be able to see Mola Ram reaching in and ripping that guy's heart out. But on the UK, even on UK DVD, they've cut all of that out. You can't see that. Yeah, I hated Crystal Skull. And Dial of Destiny, yeah. No, I didn't like that. Check the bushes if it was an every delivery. Well, it's worried me now where that could be. Is Mrs. Weldaway? Oh, she's found it. Oh, okay. She's found it. Right. Okay. There you go. There you go, David. I had no idea. I had no idea. Temple of Doom is actually a remake of a much earlier movie, not Indiana Jones, but a similar type character as the lead. Really? I didn't know that. Wow. I I don't know why it's my favourite. I don't know. I just think I was an impressionable age. I just like the idea, especially at the start, where you know the whole falling from a plane and then falling off a cliff and stuff. And Short Round, I love Ki Hai Kwan. And obviously, it wasn't it that film that Kate Capshaw met Steven Spielberg, and they eventually got married, didn't they? So that's his wife. Kate Capshaw's his wife. After The Exorcist came out, all the movie ratings dropped a little as far as gory. Yeah, it takes a lot to get me. I love gore films. I used to watch. I used to go through the video nasties list, the 1984 banned list. Things like The Bogeyman, the Burning, all of that was on there. But you had things like Nightmare on a Damaged Brain, Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust. There was all sorts of films. Yeah, I've watched them all, and it takes a lot now to watch. I don't mind any of these. Even like Peter Jackson's efforts with Bad Taste and Brain Dead or Dead Alive, I think it's called in America. Nah, don't bother me at all now. I think what's the worst horror I've seen? I don't know. Guinea Pig. That was a pretty nasty one. I know Charlie Sheen reported the producers of that thinking it was a snuff movie. I've seen that, but yeah, I used to be quite a connoisseur of banned films. But yeah, I was a big fan of Rick Baker. I've met Tom Savini, who obviously he played Sex Machine in From Dusk Till Dawn, but he's a makeup artist. He did Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. But yeah, I love that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, as a matter of fact, we were just watching Charlotte, my daughter, giving me horror makeup on the Dolphins just signed your wide receiver, Tutu Atwell. There you go. NFL updates. My 7-year-old loves Jaws, but was sad when Bruce got blown up. She didn't care about Quint. My favourite part of Temple of Doom is that it actually takes place before Raiders. Yes, it certainly does. Otherwise, it's not my cup of tea. Ah, that's why I keep saying to Mrs. Wayne, they took sibling. They took sibling. I've got a Sankara stone down here. Look, there's a Sankara stone right. Ugh, it's down the bottom there. There. Sankara stones. Bless. Should we get it? Let's go get it. Second. There we go. So, name the Indiana Jones film. So we got our fertility idol. Let's put that down there. But yeah, this is my Sankara stone, and it lights up. Look. Mm. The Sankara stones in Indiana Jones obviously had sort of like a white band in here, even though they've got the bands, they're not really white. I can't think where I got this from, but that's my little homage to Indiana Jones films. But yeah, Indiana Jones, I was crazy about it, Jay. You know what? During the 80s, apart from the Karate Kid, because you know my thoughts on the Karate Kid and how much that just ruled my life. I wasn't really a Star Wars person. I was Indiana Jones, big time. Indiana Jones was the way to be. I only really started liking Star Wars when I started doing the collections, collecting everything, and God, I went a little bit hardcore then. It is such a historical building. I mean, it's quite an iconic thing in Glasgow. Glasgow, should say Glasgow, shouldn't I? But oh well. I think the station's still closed, isn't it? Um, she's gonna have a look now. It will be a bit wet by now. Um, you can't believe I'm making Mrs. Welterweight go out in the rain. Well, I can't down there. Look, found the Red Bull box. There we go. So we've got it. My O is in the correct way up, but it's also not glued in yet. Oh, it is the correct way up. I was just looking. It looks slightly lower than the rest of the letters. Every always leaves my parcels behind the wheelie bin. No, they just chuck it over the fence. How wet was it, Mrs. Welterweight? To throw your packages over the fence there. Yeah, they throw them over the fence. Sounds like UPS. I might have issue 4. Oh, look at that. Wow. Ian. Ian. Ian is now the new Red. If you've seen the Shawshank Redemption, he's the man that gets things. Oh, Ian, you make me laugh. I'm a ship fan and a big Clyde Build ships fan. Oh wow! You know what? When last time I went to Canterbury, I passed I have to pass Chatham because that's south of the Thames. Obviously, that's the place where the Victory was built, and I thought I've never been to Chatham Dockyards, so that's something that I'm planning on doing. Highway from Gravesend, Gravesend, home of Pocahontas' grave. I've probably told you before, Ian. I always get nervous when there's a knock at the door and I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, Gravesend, I used to run both your Blockbuster stores there. So there was a small one and there was a large one. But that's how I know Gravesend and yeah, the Spitfire is long finished here in Australia. I think it can only be bought on eBay now. Ah, right, okay, Peter. I knew it was in Australia sometime. I keep forgetting that you're up. So Peter, for you in Queensland, so it must be really early in the morning. You're like 9 hours ahead. So it's like 6 o'clock. Because I've got 2 brothers that live over there at the moment, but one of my brothers is in UK now. It's really weird. It's really weird. Just a little down, not too bad. Okay. Did you know the reason wooden ships have copper plating is to prevent barnacles attached to the hull? It certainly is. And you know why they want to remove the barnacles for the hull? Especially on the Cutty Sark, it was for speed. They needed to keep it streamlined. That's one of the reasons, anyway. Obviously, they destroyed the hull on a wooden ship, but speed was another reason as well. I couldn't believe how much they were trying to reiterate the how fast the Cutty Sark was, and I couldn't believe such a big ship that you saw there only had a crew of 26 people. 26, that was it. Crazy. I remember taking my mum to London for the day out, and she had her hair done specially for the occasion. I suggested we should go on an open top bus around London, and it was a windy day. You know, Jeff, to this day, I've never done that. I've never been on an open top bus, but I'd happily just sit around London. What I tend to do when I go to London is if I can get myself to Westminster, which I tried to do, that's why I got the boat from Greenwich up to Westminster. I prefer to walk to King's Cross, which means that you go up Whitehall, which is where Downing Street is, to Trafalgar Square, past Leicester Square, up towards the British Museum, and then you just keep walking up to the Euston Road. It's a lovely walk. My main modelling is scratch-built models, boats, ships, especially radio-controlled ones. That's some skill there. That's some skill right there.
At
Hachette
David
Fran.
Westbury 54 super chatted
Westbury.
$26.76.
I've been chatting with Dave Westby. He's been doing his Alien. I think you finished it now, haven't you? You've been weathering up as well. You've been making some adjustments. He managed to get his towel on his. You've epoxy yours in, haven't you? But it's really impressive. Really impressive. But you're coming on the week Saturday, aren't you? To Bicester. So I'll see you as well. Was excited to get the shipment notification of the Lambo last week. It's still in pre-shipment status. So much for the new warehouse. I'm not doing the Lambo. I'm not doing the Lambo, the Ducati, or the F1 2000 Schumacher build. You're in Oxford now. Oh wow. Everyone's got wind at the moment. It's 8 till 9. There we go. 8 till 9 on Tuesday. So I will share the link on my social media and I'll share it on the YouTube channel as well. I'd like to thank the British Post for throwing the snow over the hedge over here. The thing is, Matthias, normally when you have bad weather in America, it affects the jet stream, which gives us the bad weather. So chances are, if that whole East Coast is having really bad weather, chances are about 5 days later we'll get it. Whether it won't be anywhere near the level that you have it, but We'll get the bad weather. Not long before Spacecraft in Bicester, any excuse for you to play the jingle again. Yeah. That'd be the last time though, and like obviously my Stream Elements keeps copying about it as well. But you know what? Hopefully I really wish it's a success because I'd love this to be an annual thing. And then, you know, as it becomes an annual thing, it might become a 2-day thing, and then it's like Wonderfest, you know, you can make a whole weekend of it. An interview of me would just be me telling jokes. It's all right. I can deal with that. If you're coming to Corby to visit Wayne, make sure you're off in an off-roader. Oh God, the potholes here are absolutely terrible. You're kidding. He did do it. Oh my God, Ian! This is why I get nervous. Look, I haven't got a blimmin' part work pizza thing. Meat slice. You've already eaten a slice. Oh my God. Thank you, Ian. That's breakfast tomorrow as well. I can't believe you've part work pizza me. We need a jingle for part work pizza. I haven't got a part work pizza jingle. All I've got is it smells gorgeous. It makes me laugh. Ian already knows what I like meat feast. So he already knows I've got a meat one. Yeah, this pothole thing, guys, you know, potholes are terrible here. Down the bottom of where I live, there's a real big pothole. Now, there's a guy called, is it Joe Nunn or Jay Nunn on TikTok? And he's been going around filling the potholes with soil and putting plants in them. And as I've been going around Corby, there's all these plants in the middle of the road. It's crazy. We all know how well Ferrari handles that word. F1 the movie was pretty good. Not a racing fan, but enjoyed Pitt's character. I loved F1 the movie. I like it because it didn't go the way you expect it to go. Ian turned the camera off and you get different type of jokes. Oh, I can't believe I got part work pizzas. Oh my God. I didn't have my hearing aids in on the trip, so I think I missed all the good jokes. Large scale Thunderbird 2 would be cool to have. Just got the 60th anniversary Blu-ray box set. It was quite big, the one I had, Will's Workshop. It was massive. And you had like 20 of the support vehicles as well. Back in 2018, that was. That's still like, you know, God, 8 years ago. The box was behind the workshop, so we didn't see it when we got home because the open gate hid it. Yeah, there you go. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is a solid film. The original trilogy was always the best. The last two films were just mediocre and just downright awful. Yeah. There are only 3 Indiana Jones movies. Yeah, I fully agree with you. The Dial of Travesty and the Stupid Skulls movie don't exist to me. Rick Baker's cool. Tom is a putz. Really? Tom Savini, I actually met in Watford. He was a really nice guy, but I'll be honest with you, when I met Tom Savini, he was sort of doing a masterclass. So it was a very intimate session. There was only like 10 of us and Tom, and he was showing us makeup effects and stuff like that. So it was more of a teaching environment rather than an interviewing and stuff like that. So he was like, Paul, he's like I talk to you. You know, it was just like a friendly chat in a bar sort of thing. I've never met Rick Baker. I'd love to meet Rick Baker. But you know, that was a long time ago. I'm just trying to think. That would have been, God, 97, 96, 97. I was at Blockbusters at the time, so that's my whole life to try and work out where things were. I remember what job I had at the time. So if I was at Blockbusters, I can sort of place myself where I was. Jones has been about the supernatural, not science fiction. Yeah, true. Although the UFO I did like the UFO idea for Crystal Skull. I just didn't like. I'll be honest. I thought Crystal Skull would have worked, but I didn't like what's his name's character, the guy who annoys me, the guy who hasn't got any work at the moment. I can't even remember his name. His son. I can't remember his name. You got the Indiana Jones march on your ringtone. I hope Clint will bring the Bar of Covenant back to the Wonderfest. That was impressive, wasn't it? Absolutely impressive. You see, I didn't even know that was there, Paul. I think I saw that on the last day. And when I first went to see it, Norm Chan from the Tested channel was filming it. so I couldn't get into that room. But that was impressive. But Paul, I'm letting you know now, at Wonderfest this year, I'm going to be doing a lot more interviews. I've bought a studio light and everything with me, so I'm hoping to chat with a load of people. So, well, we'll see how that goes. I can't believe I got part work pizza and I still. You just make me laugh, Ian. Yeah, so that guy, did he come down to see you, Will's Workshop? So some guy lost his father, unfortunately. His father had a DB5, which I believe the lock is a common problem at the time. For what I remember, the lock from the barrel, which actually starts the car, had fallen into the dashboard, so you couldn't start the car. He's based in Milton Keynes, but there was no way I could pick it up because the next time I'm down to see Will, I'm going to be going from south, not here, so I don't pass Milton Keynes. But I believe he's got it to Will, so Will's Workshop's going to sort it out for him. You're a brave man, but you were the right choice, Will, because I wouldn't take that apart again. God, putting it together was a nightmare. But you know what to do. I had to start the Will's repair shop. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, it's about time you've been part work pizza. 10 hours ahead, 9 hours when you change to daylight savings time. Yeah, okay. Was that a part work pizza, Mrs. Weldawayne? Yeah. I just heard the bell and I thought, who knocks at this time of night? I threw the pizza over the fence. Dave Westbury, thank you so much. When I play that little jingle, I can't hear the sound, but I know you can hear it because of the little green bar. I love Todd's voice. I appreciate that, David. Pizza's behind the gate. Morning from New Zealand. Hello, Shane. How's New Zealand? It's 10:40 on Friday here. That's crazy. Yeah, Shane, we've officially put New Zealand on the bucket list now, you know. So when I'm over there and I'm visiting Hobbiton, I'll have to let all you Kiwis know. Gotta go taking the twin grandsons to batting practices. Night all. Take care, David. Ian just had an Amazon delivery. The wife gave me such a suspicious look after she heard Wade had been pizzaed. Is that Kit in the background? Yep, that's Knight Rider there. I've got a couple of cars in here. I moved the Ecto one downstairs, so obviously I've got the Batmobile Knight Rider. And then the only other car I've got is the LaFerrari is down there. But I still haven't lit this side up yet. I need to do that. As a matter of fact, my ET spaceship isn't lit up as well. Because basically I've got, this is bad, but I've got one 12-volt transformer, which is one, let me think, it's 12-volt, 1
At
amp,
Ed
I
Hughes,
think.
8,619 super chatted $26.77.
I'll get on that in
I
a
feel
second.
left out.
Hold that thought, Ed. Yeah, so what I've got is I've got one 12-volt, 1 amp adapter, which is powering pretty much everything that runs on 12 volts. So that's powering Maximilian, the Vincent, the Thunder Road, and that, which is my space station. So when I try and plug that in, it just shuts everything off. So I need a higher ampage thing because it goes for a splitter. So that's why my ET spaceship isn't on. And I got the same thing with anything that runs from, is it 6 or 9 volts, where I can power like these things here, these lights. But my Terminator, I have to put it on in an order. I have to turn his eyes on first. That's why they're not on, and then the lights. If I put the lights on first, I can't turn the head on. So what I think I'm going to do is rip the electrics out in here and just do them all again and make sure I've got proper ampage on the stuff. It's a pain in the neck, I'll tell you. Mutt. That was it. Mutt. I guess the part where pizza won't need peppering in this weather. It wasn't thrown over the fence, although that would have been quite funny, wouldn't it? Dominoes can kill you. Yeah. Paul, you know what? The funny thing is, like, I've put on £5 at the moment, and I refuse to buy new clothes, so I'm losing weight. But I haven't really eaten much today. I had a breakfast this morning at Wetherspoons. That's all I've eaten. So yeah, Ian's like gave me breakfast tomorrow and something tonight as well. So thank you for that. One slice a month. That'll work. Paint English fans in the potholes and they're filled up before the weekend. Yeah, probably. Wife likes your World of Wayne sign. She says I need a Den of David sign. Oh, I have stories about yeah, stories about Tom. Really? Well, we will need to have a rum and a chat when we're at Wonderfest. You know what? As I said, if I saw Tom Savini in '96, the last time I saw him was about 3 years ago, not to talk to, at like a signing event for London Film and Comic Con. But yeah, he was. I found him. He was quite a shy guy. I found when I spoke to him. You need a Partworks Pepsi to go along with that Partworks pizza. Well, I got the Pepsi Max. Does that work? Shia LaBeouf. That's his name. He was so bad he was killed off screen. Tom was living in St. Louis. Really? I didn't realise that. Oh my god. If you need light, let me know. Oh, okay. I think we're okay because I think the that Hobby Time modelers have got a light as well. What I want to do, Paul, is that on the Sunday when everyone's got their grades of silver, gold, and all that, I'd like to interview some of the gold people and just see what their thoughts were behind models, and not just that, models which appeal to me, even don't matter what they got. I'd love to have interviewed the guy who did the Cygnus. There's a guy who scratch built a launch pad, but it's hard to think when I can do that though, because that room gets really busy, and I don't know if George can let me in like before or after the after the crowds have gone, just so I could talk to people. I don't know. I'm gonna speak to George and see what I can do there, but we'll see. Yep, 4 hour drive to get to me. Yeah, I've got a new car now, Will, so I'm happy with my heated seats. I'm good, Twisted Rhino. How are you? Good, Ed. Ed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I don't know if there's a bar. If there's a bar in Bicester, I'll buy you a drink, Ed. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Ed. You have to visit Hobbiton. The rest of New Zealand's brilliant too. The I obviously being an Australian, you'd think I would have like had a little trip to New Zealand. Never did. Never did. But yeah, I'd love to go to Hobbiton. My sister-in-law went there and she bought me a t-shirt. Used to wear it on the channel, but I outgrew that t-shirt, so I need a new one. You forgot the oh yeah, oh well the car that's like front and center in the shot. Yeah, I forgot that. The Lotus Esprit. Yeah, that's typical of me, isn't it? It's looking at me and I completely forgot it. Hi, Wayne, got two questions. What is the statue in Corby? And when are you going to do the next Dalek? I haven't received the next Dalek yet, so I can't do it yet. I'm guessing that's probably going to be coming next week. The statue in Corby's known as a steel town. That's why there's so many Scottish people here, because a lot of the Scots came down to work in the steel industry. And basically that statue's is like a commemoration to the steelmen. Our football team's called the Steelmen. So it's basically for the steelworkers. When the steelworks closed down, the Scots didn't move back, so they're still here. That's why we're the only place outside Scotland which has got a Church of Scotland here. And I think 80% of the population in Corby is Scottish. So you'll hear the Scottish accent everywhere. It's really weird. It's really weird. So it's called Little Scotland outside Scotland. But that's why it's called the Stillman, because that's why the statue's called the Stillman, because it used to be an old steel town. But I mean, as Steve was messaging me, Steve Powell, you've probably seen on Netflix, we had a thing called Toxic Town on Netflix, which is about Corby. And basically, when they got rid of the steelworks here, it polluted a lot of the ground and caused a lot of birth defects. And that controversy is still going on today here, big time at the moment. The council and stuff refused to let us know where they've dumped all this toxic waste. So, who knows? I might be living on some sort of like toxic Avenger pit at them. Come to Wanganui and ride the Waymare riverboat. Then you can say you've sailed on a sunken boat. That could be cool. Bought my wife a fur coat made of 3,000. Here we go, 3,600 hamster skins, and took it to Blackpool. I couldn't get her off the big wheel for 2 days. Thank you, David. See me about the model contest. Oh, will, Paul. Thank you for that. It's just I just need to get in there when there's not so many people there. What I did last year was brilliant because Keith had exhibitor, dealer passes, so I could have that 1 hour in there before everyone got else in there. So I managed to film everything before everyone got in there. But Keith's not displaying this year, so going to be a little bit harder, I think. But yeah, I'll speak to you when I'm there. I remember I arrive on the Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. I'll be there from Wednesday. Never got a mail delivery, so I wondered if my doorbell would ring or not. Hopefully the Flying Scotsman gets a go ahead from Hachette. I hope it does. I mean, we've had one release from Hachette this year, and we normally get a big one as well. So you never know. We never know. I heard you mention about the Chatham Dockyard. I used to live close to that. I remember the submarine Ocelot and the HMAS Cavalier. Yeah, I've never been there. I'd love to see there. Love to go down there. Thanks, 10 years for donating to my fabric fund. Telford is named after Thomas Telford, a Scottish architect and civil engineer. I was not aware of that. And if you ever do go, maybe pop into the Royal Engineers Museum as well, which is pretty good. It's only 5 minutes drive away. I need to look at what's in Kent. Have a look what's down there. Anyway, this is a great stream tonight. Tomorrow on the channel, I've done the SAS Jeep. I've got the next pack of the SAS Jeep from Agora Models out. And I will be back, obviously, on Sunday night for you members. And obviously, Monday, I think I did the Ford Falcon. I've already done that one as well at the moment. But we'll have to see. Anyway, thank you for the pizza. Thank you for everyone for supporting the channel tonight. And take care. See you later.